Follow the channel and stay tuned for learning videos.
Table we will create, how we will create different attributes, fields, columns, everything is same. Table means it's a entity. These we will call as a attribute, CRM fields, table columns. Okay, don't confuse with these terms. Okay, we created various types and we have just explored, right? So today, if we see, we are going to extend this. So far, whatever the info created, that is particular to this entity, right? Everything, even you created a location, this is also whatever you select, it will be, it's not dependent on any other entity, right? So it's purely dependent on this information your user is valid, user is entering normally. But suppose if I want to reference another entity, like here, suppose preferred location. Here I want to have another entity reference where that entity I can update dynamically. So earlier, now I have only three options. I want to have four options after 1 month. After 2 months, I want to have five options. If you have options set, you have to directly make the changes, right? You have to do the development, you have to do the deployment, because this option set we are setting in the developer, right? Maker portal. So that is a development activity. So, but business don't want that. Business need like whenever they feel they want to add a new location, they can add. So in such scenarios, we can't go with option set, right? So we have to reference another entity. Same like candidate, they want to have another location entity. In that location, they want to have a records. So that records will be, they will be referring in this candidate, like that they want to use. Okay. Are you getting what I'm trying to say, Sanjay? So in general, we are not referencing any other entity right here, but I want to reference the another entity here. It could be a location or it could be some other anything. So I want to reference another entity here, means you should create a relationship between. Okay, so let's go there. Power Platform Environment, Solutions, Maker Portal. Yesterday I gave the replicate whatever I said in the class only, but today I will be giving a different. Okay, so create your own publisher. How do you create own publishers? Hmm? I think no one created. So you, whenever you're creating new solution, here you can create the new publisher. So that will give you your own prefix. Okay, so that's it. Try like that. Okay, now I'm using the same solution as yesterday. What I did, I want to create a new table and I want to refer that table in my candidate entity. So for that purpose, what I want to do today, I want to create a table from Excel. Okay. So for that purpose, I'm creating a blank table. So like location name. So I just creating a locations. So far we have seen creating table from advanced. So whenever you are clicking tables, here we are having 3 4 options, right? So we have tried start with Copilot, import SharePoint we haven't tried, import an Excel. Now we are going to try this. Start from blank also we have seen. So import an Excel file or CSV. So wow, how it will work? Now if you see in the Excel, I have only one column. But if we can have some other column like owner record or some other, if you have whatever the column you mention in the top, that will create as a column header like top city, location rating. Suppose if I give one more like 1 2 3. So whatever the columns you mention in the Excel, this will be used for creating the columns and rows. Okay. Now I'm just in select from device. Now if you see include sheet one, only one. Now if you see location is creating, location rating. You what do you want column? If you want to include save. So now automatically it will map. So as we have only two fields, location name that is a standard, location rating is a extra field I have, right? So if you want to have that field, you can select, click on save, save and exit. So what it will do from the Excel data also you can create the tables. You can create a table from Copilot prompt. You can give a table from normal manually. The other way what we have, we can create a table from SharePoint list also. Right now we don't have SharePoint subscription. We will try. Okay. Now if you see table is created LUT location. Okay. Now if you see it will have all default columns including our location rating. Location rating whole number is there. So it will have default forms. It will have default views. Now what I want to do, I want to refer this location on the candidate, right? So to refer another entity to any entity, we should have a relationship. Okay. Now there are two scenarios. Whenever we want to create relationship, you may have one is to n relationship, n is to one relationship, many to many. Okay. Now for that purpose, if you see, I want a here I don't want a option set. I want to have a select another entity, right? So for that purpose, we have to create the n is to one relationship. Why n is to one? For so suppose Trivandrum is a record. The Trivandrum can be selected for Jack Alexi. It can be selected for some other record, some other record, right? So candidate can be one. Trivandrum should be one, right? So like a n is to one. So that's why we will be creating many into one to have that field. So many is candidate. What is the other entity you want to have relationship? Here I want to have location. Search for it. Okay, location. Now see whenever you create many to one, n is to one relationship, a lookup column is creating on the n side. Getting so either you can create a n is to one relationship, it will create a lookup. If you create a lookup, n is to one relationship will be created. Vice versa actually. So you can control this one preferred location. Now here you can have the relationship name control, advanced properties. You will have what is the plural, everything. Click on done. So now what will happen? A new field is created, a new relationship also created. So to have it in the form, what should I do? I have to go to design. I have to add it, right? So where is my tab? Professional details. So on below, I am just want to have new field, prefer location. As I created a new field, I don't want this. So how do you remove it? I want to remove this from form, right? You can delete it from form. So if you click on select the control, if you click on delete, it will go. Now I'm just preferring save and publish. Okay, now to see the changes here, I will do a hard refresh, control F5. If you do normal browser refresh, it won't reflect. You have to do control F5. So that will clear the cache, that will load it. Okay, I'm just creating a new record. Yesterday also we see it's not coming directly readable. Let's see. So one more thing what I want to do, I want to add location in the sitemap. So how to add sitemap? So we have to have a sitemap, right? So in the sitemap you can create the sections whatever you want. So right now we have service and my practice. If you want one more section, how you will do? You will be creating a first area. Let's create it for now here again. I want to have one more under this Sanjay practice. I want to have day wise. So that time we will be creating like this day one. Then I want to have one more actual. So you have to select this. You have to create the sub area. In the sub area, you will be selecting what you want to have entity or anything. So right now I want to have entity. Okay. Suppose if I want to have any other dashboard from the or anything, we will be adding that. Like suppose if you want to have dashboard, you have to select the dashboard, you have to choose the entity, everything. Suppose I want to have a web resource, some HTML web resource, which will display some table. So that time you will be selecting HTML. These are the available web resources in the system. Suppose if I want to give an external URL, you will be providing the URL. Okay. Like this, you will be customizing the sitemap. So you have to go to the respective sitemap. So as it is a corporate service workspace, I went to the corporate service workspace sitemap and editing that. Okay. Now I did small changes, right? I want to publish this, publish all customizations. Now what will happen? The changes will be reflected. To see them, I have to do hard refresh, right? Control F5. See, it's not yet done. That's why you're unable to see it. Okay, now I'm doing refresh. Sanjay practice. So here you have location. Under location, you have already records are there because you have done this in Excel table creation from Excel, which has the rows and columns. So basically, columns will be considered as a table fields, and the rows will be considered the records, right? So whatever you have given, that will be there. Okay, so that's the difference between table creation from Excel and normal creation. You will get the data too. Okay, now I want to go to this record, and now I want to select the locations. So this is the UI for lookup. So you will be selecting another entity record from here. Okay, suppose if I want to select one more candidate, one more record, candidate 2, and I'm filling only location, what will happen? It will give error. Why? This name, birth year, previous company URL are the mandatory fields. The asterisks in red color asterisk. So it's showing, right? So we have to fill them. Birth year, you can select or you can enter like this. Previous company URL. So now if you click on save and close, you will should able to getting. So the difference between mandatory and normal fields. So the remaining fields I am not filling because those are not required. Now like this we will be using. Now what I did, I created a relationship between location and candidate, right? Now what I want to see the locations for each location, how many candidates are there. So how do you pull it? So if you go to Bangalore, I want to see the candidates who are opted Bangalore. So for every entity, we will be having the related concept. So whenever you are creating a relationship, automatically you are linking another entity, right? So here you are using related candidates. Now if you see for the Bangalore location, you have one candidate. If you open another location, you could see Coimbatore selected. What we selected? If we selected candidates, we have Jack. If we select one more location, there won't be anything because we haven't selected any. Right? So like that, we can see the candidates. But the whatever the related candidates you are seeing, right? If you want to see it directly in the form, not in the related, so that time we will be creating the subgrid. Okay. So lookup means you are referencing a another table single record like this location. So you are referencing the location table, but you can choose only single record here. But if you want to select multiple records, if you want to refer multiple records, that time you will be choosing subgrid that should be on the one wherever you have the one relationship. Because for one single record you want to show multiple, right? So there should be one is to n relationship, and subgrid can be created on the one side, which wherever we have the one relationship. Understand, Sanjay?
Yes, sir. Yes. But here, locations are, we have 5 locations, right? And one
For
candidate
one candidate can
can we
select.
can choose any one of the locations, right?
Yes,
So
he
that's
can
why,
they can repeat as well, right? Hyderabad for five candidates, they can all select to Hyderabad itself, right? We can't.
Okay, okay, okay.
So that means n candidates are selecting a single record.
Okay, okay, okay.
So n is to 1. If we
Okay.
come to location side, one Hyderabad is having multiple 1 is to n. Na?
Okay. One location can be chosen by many candidates.
Hmm. So
Okay.
don't consider I have five locations and three. Don't see like that.
Okay,
So if
okay.
candidates, 5 candidates or 10 candidates, 100 candidates, they can select all can select Hyderabad. Means this side in
Okay.
and that side one only can prefer one is able to link to all, right? So n
Yeah.
is to 1.
Okay.
Now if you come to location side, here you are having a single. Now I want to see the related, all related, right? So all n related. So if you select subgrid, here it will show the all n relationships. So candidate is one of them. Show related records. Like that, you can choose active candidates view. Whatever the view default you want to save. Click on done. So a subgrid control will be displayed like this. See, right now it is showing all, but we save the record, it will show the only related because you have chosen show related. Understand? Candidates location wise. Save and publish. Now this is showing a 1 is to n relationship or n is to 1. For the n is to 1, we will be using lookup. 1 is to n, we will be using subgrid. So similarly, we can have n is to n. Suppose skills. We have location and we have candidate. Now you want to have a skills. Skills you want to have another table like C sharp or whatever it could be. At, it can be vice versa like that. So we should have an instant. So for that purpose, I'm creating one more table with advanced properties. One second, let me think. Good example. So for this kind of analysis, I will be using anything. So here I'm just I want to create. So you also people please use ChatGPT or Copilot, whatever. If you have active Office login, you will be getting M365 as well. This one you can use that one. Candidate table. Some good example. So you can use it for any technical thing. You can use it for normal everything. You can use. Don't dig deep. Okay. So like this, you can select the. You don't need to give the screenshot even, but I'm giving because to make it. It's a CRM to some good example. I'm just attaching it. So it is giving skills only. John skills C sharp. Skill search filtering resume matching candidate certificate. Yes, certification we will go. So creating many to many. So here we have to create a new table, right? First create a table. So why we will use this all AI tools to make it easier to make it come. So if you want to do everything on your own, you may take 2 days. If you take some AI help, you will take in 2 hours. You will complete the workup. So the productivity to increase the productivity only we will be using. But you should know how to use, what to use, how to search, how to query, how to use the table, the given everything. Then only you should able to manage. If you don't know anything, want to use simply on the tools also, that won't work because you don't know, you can't judge what is the right thing, right? Now, certification. So if you see for no creating relationship, menu to menu also like this it will be creating. So backend there will be a table will be created to link this. CRM not directly supporting many to many. It will just replication of one to many like this. So sorry. CRM basically by default you will have only one is 10. Okay. My canvas is not coming fully. So by default you won't have any chain relationship with CRM. So how it will have, you will have like this. Mm. Okay, so whenever you create any table, any relationship, either it could be n is to 1 or 1 is to n is to n. CRM is not having default to this thing. So suppose if you create n, if you have one, so this is the only relationship CRM supports. So how does it links for single thing? It will point to multiple, right? Now if you come, this is table one, this is table two. If you come from this n is to one is to both are. If you see from this entity, this will be n is to one. If you see from this entity, this will be one is to n. So there is a single type. Now if you want to have n is to n, okay. So that time what it will have? It will create a n is to one and it will create a one is to n and it will club basically. It will have n is to one. So to support this like this link, it will create a one link table. So in the linked table, it will have the both this table information, this table information. So like that, it will create. So CRM will create a link table to support NSTN. So basically, CRM has only one is to n relationship only. So to support one is to n is to n, it will create two relationships like that. N is to one is to n between these two. To support this, you will have one intermediate table that is linked table. That's the table name, whatever we are seeing here. This name. Okay. Now what I want to do, I want to add n is that right. So the advantage with n is to one, you can create subgrid in both sides. So whereas in one is to n, you can create subgrid only n is to n, right? Inside, right? But with, if you go with n is to one, you can have the subgrids both sides because in both sides you have to select multiple records, right? So I'm creating a new component subgrid. Certification. default certifications done. Now, similarly, if we go to another certification table, there also you can have candidates upgrade. Let's see that. So we have only one candidates. I'm going to use candidates. Save and publish. So once you're done, you have to click on save and publish to reflect the changes. If it is done, you can do refresh. Before that, I want to add this certification to sitemap to see it in the app. So to have it in app level, you have to add mandatorily to the sitemap. Otherwise, you can't find it. Okay, now sub area. I want to have entity, right? And certification. Select this. Save and close. And done. Now you want to publish, right? You can do all publish or you can give solution wise. I'm just clicking on all customization. So whatever the changes I have made, everything.
Harish, we lost your voice. Sanjay, can you able to hear me?
Yes, cousin.
His voice is lost, right?
Ah, yes.
Oh.
What Yeah, what I was saying, whenever you got stuck in the daily hands-on or whatever it could be, anything, for everything, use, search it, do some analysis. Okay, so created a lookup field, created a lookup field in CRM. How to add it to form. Give a step by step. If you are not able to follow my steps in the my document, suppose hands-on, give a step by step. So you hit like this also. Open Power Apps, select your environment, open your tables, verify lookup column, open form, open the required form, main form, add lookup. So it will give exact the steps what you need to go through. So that's how it will be giving. So you have to make sure how to ask. So lookup field, job position, relationship, candidate, adding form, refresh browser, ensure column is searchable, like this. So So the only thing is how you are leveraging the tools is the matter. It's not about you have 100 tools. How you are going to use. Okay. So created a new table. I want it to add it to sitemap. Right now we are not using it for any coding. Normal tech, non these are kind of non-technical only, but these are basic. So open Power Apps, open Modern One app, open sitemap, add sub area, configure sub area. See everything you can write, publish app, play the app. You could see like this. So whatever it could be a small doubt or big doubt, if you instead of struggling on your own, give a try with this AI tools, make it easier for you. It could for learning or for practicing everything for even for the interview questions also. For ask interview questions on lookup. So it will ask what is lookup, what is why do we use lookup fields to avoid duplicate data, which relationship created lookup records, can lookup field can store multiple records. So these are all. So give me a tricky interview scenario for lookup fields. So you can ask anything, you can make use of this filter lookup based upon another lookup. Expectancy. Okay. See, this is going to, so whenever you say little deeper, tricky, it is going to use JavaScript, auto populate. These are kind of code. But in plain, it's a normal everything. Okay. So like this, you have to understood. I'm just refreshing my uh, but if you feel like we are doing very basic level, still if you mail anything, you can wait till the next day class, or you can search it on your own. You will get so certifications. I just added. So here I want to create a record, right? So just have a PL 900. So one subgrid is, see if subgrid is not appearing before by default after creating the record only it is appearing because you want to create a relationship without the record current record. How can you create the relationship? That's why it won't show. Now if you see add existing candidates, you can choose or you can create a new one. You can do whatever you want. Candidate one, you want to select Jack Alex. Multiple records also we can select. This is the subgrid, right? So three records are added. Now say if you want to go to candidate one, you want to add multiple skill there. Here, where did we add the certifications? See here. Here you want to add existing certifications. PL 900 is already there. You want to create one more. Okay. What is that? Age at 900. Save and close. You are selecting like that. So if you create a NSTN, this both sides you can have a subgrid. Both sides you can select a multiple. That is mean by NSTN. If you have a simple N1, inside you can select only single record. From other entity you can have a multiple. From Chennai, if you see, you will be having candidate one. You can also have candidate other candidate as well. True. If you this record cannot be added because it is already parent record because the can whatever we are adding Jack they are having that, right. So what you want to do, if you want to do such kind of scenario, you have to remove the respective candidate. There is a candidate table. So this Jack Alex, I want to use it for Chennai. So what you want to do, whenever you want to do, that time you have to remove this link. So whenever you remove, it will go cleared. Now for Chennai, I want to have link. And you see, now this side you are having two records. If you go to Jackal side, it will be Chennai. Okay. It's not written in the form. Chennai is there. Getting? Any questions, Sanjay, in understanding n is to 1, 1 is to n, subgrade, lookup?
No worries. So basically, in end record, we can create a subgrid, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Now if you go deeper here, for every table we are getting columns, we are getting relationships, right? We created forms, and we have the views, charts, dashboards. You will see the one more concept, small concept will be there, keys. So basically, in the SQL concept, we will have the primary key, right? So for in our CRM also, for every record, there will be unique GUID will be generated. If you see for this location columns, if you closely observe this columns, whatever it is there, somewhere you will have for every table, you will be having this field with entity name where it is unique identifier. So for every table, you will be having this field. This is unique identifier. It is with the table name and ID. If you go to certification, here also you will be having one field, certification, certification ID, unique identifier. So for every table, whenever you create, it will have a this default field. It means for every record, this column will be exist, right? So this is to identify the each record. But the disadvantage with this, like this is the GUID. Unique ID is a format of GUID. So that will be like a 32 digit number. GUID means. So you can't make any changes. You can simply use it. Okay. Now, instead of having this default GUID as a unique identifier, if you want to have your own, that time we will be creating the keys. So here it will ask what column you want to use. Suppose name, if I select name for certification. So what will happen if you create same name, it will give an error, like because primary key should be always unique, right? Suppose I already created what did I created? PL900 is created. If someone comes again and if he's creating again same name, what will happen? It is saving, right? So to restrict with unique name, to restrict anything, the status is pending yet. Let it load. So to restrict with uniqueness, if you want to do anything, you will be selecting those field. You can be selecting combination as well. It's not like you should have a single field. If you see like this also, it will be like unique. Okay, key must contain at least one column. Understood what you mean by key concept? Then let it go. Meanwhile we will create views and other. So what we have seen, whenever we create table, these are the views we will be getting default. Now you are adding your table to sitemap, right? So you are getting some default view, active candidates view. So this is the view you can control. You will design it from here. Okay. So here you are having inactive view. So this is the view you will be getting by default. So if you want to have, apart from active conditions, you want to have whoever created by as well. So these are the fields. So that time you will be adding created by. Okay, like this you will be modifying the views. Now if you do, you have added name owner created by, right? If you do save and publish, here whenever you open active certifications, it will have name owner created by created on. Getting? So that's how we will manage. So this is the active view. Similarly, we have inactive view now. So inactive view will be used same here only from this map. Whenever you add any table to the sitemap, it will get the inactive view. And we need to learn about what is mean by associated view, what is mean by lookup view, what is mean by quick find view. Okay. Now see, active certification is reflected. If you want to make similar changes to the inactive, you will be making similar to the inactive view. Now, what I want to see, I want to see what do you mean by associated view. Associated means, what do you mean by association? Having relationship with other, right? So, certification has relationship with the candidate. So, candidate will see the association, right? Like this certification. Here, by default, it is showing name and created on. In this associated view, if you want to add more columns, you will be modifying this associated view. Okay. Like I want to have modified on along with created on. So if you do modify like this, you can so this view, the associated view, wherever it is the table is associated, it will change it. Okay. Now similarly, you will have lookup view. Lookup view means now right now certification is a NST entity, but you don't have the lookup. But if we have any 1:n or n:1, you will be having lookups, right? We have searched for a location. So similarly, if you want to control, so that's as we can't to explain with certification, I'm going to look up with location. Okay. Here, by default, you have location name. Now I want to have owner as well here. So before publishing, I want to see how it will behave in the UI. So right now, whenever you're clicking on location, what are the, you could see only location name only, right? And you could see the location name and created on below. If you include owner, you will see the owner as well. If you do this advanced as well, advanced find, whenever you do, by default, what is the view you are getting? Location name and created on. Now we are going to add save and publish. Okay, to reflect, to get the changes, I will do Control F5. So what I did, I added new columns to the associated view and new columns to the lookup view. Let's explore both. Okay. Certification. So modified and it is added. Associated view. Next, I want to see lookup view. Now if you see LUT, earlier it was showing Bengaluru and created on. Now as I added one more column, it will show Bengaluru admin who are created and created on. If you add two more columns, it will show. If you click on advanced also, in the advanced view, it will be adding owner. So this is how you will be controlling the, to want to see the data from another places, right? Like this you will be having. So advanced find view, quick find view will search in the normal capabilities. So advanced find means for every record we will be having advanced find. We haven't go there. I will tell that. Next, quick find view means that whenever you search here the table, right now you may not get the records here. So here you are not getting any results, right? So usually if you get results, the records will be shown from here. That time you will be using this quick find view. Okay, we will tell this all are the additional capabilities. That's fine. So but right now understand what do you mean by active location, what do you mean by inactive, what do you mean by associated view, what is my lookup view. Okay, now if you go further, we will have, I will close in 10 minutes max. So we will have charts and dashboards. Okay, so these charts and dashboards earlier we used to have, but after Power Platform Power BI came, we are not using these charts and dashboards much. We are using Power BI reports only. But we want to still know the concept. So basically, why do we use chart? To represent any data in a good format we will be using, right? So similarly, you will be having records. You want to create a chart means you want to represent them in some format, right? So for that purpose, you will be creating chart. So whenever you click on chart, it will appear here. See, whenever you open this classic designer, it is taking some time. If you open Maker Portal, that is responding quickly. So indirectly, we shouldn't use classic for any reason unless it is forced by CRM. Okay, let it load. So similarly, you'll have dashboards. Dashboard is basically you can have a multiple views, multiple charts in a single four-column overview. This is also classic designer only. Let it take some time. Now, if you see active location, if you want to see anything, if you want to see for each location how many persons are there, like that. So I'm just choosing active location. Here, what is the field you want to use? Location name. Series means this vertical. Horizontal, what is the field you can use? Suppose let's use status for now. See, so we have 5 records, so it is showing 5. Here you will having the different charts, bar chart or you have area chart. So it will show in the area wise pie chart like this. So based upon the format you will be selecting. Okay. Now save and close. So in the dashboard here we will be adding the individual charts. So we have only this location by name status chart, right? So you are adding that. So if you have any other chart, you will be adding that chart. So I'm adding the same everything here. So you can use how many views, how many charts you want to control, you can have that. Now my dashboard. Filter by created on whatever you can use time frame this week. Save. Okay, now I'm just publish everything. So while creating sitemap components, what we have seen, either we can add entity, either we can add URL, either we can add dashboard, right? So dashboard means some pictorial representation, right? In general, whenever I click on cases, this is showing view, my active cases view. Instead of if you want to my active cases view, if you want to show any report kind of thing, that time you will be using dashboards. Okay. So in the dashboard, you can have a single view chart. You can have a different charts. That's up to you how you want to configure. Now go to sitemap. Click on this. Go to Sanjay practice. Here we have in SNAQ. Why it's not showing earlier? Select type. URL is type. Okay. Now I am gonna add one more sub area. So that is dashboard. Here dashboard. What is the dashboard you want to select? You have to keep it here. So what's my dashboard? My dashboard, right? My dashboard. Okay, I'm using the existing one. Save and close. One error. My dashboard. There are some errors. Sub area components in the properties for panel. Where it is? It's saved it. There are Sanjay practice day one. New sub area component. This is the new one, right? Select type dashboard.
Maybe new sub area.
Where did he?
Yeah, we have new sub area, right? Third one in day one. Maybe
This
error.
is the new one. Okay, okay, sorry, this one.
Yes.
Hmm. Okay. 1 second. Let me remove this one. Let me add something. So now we are publishing. Now to make see here, do Control F5. My dashboard. It is showing some customer service manager dashboard. Something active cases, some view, whatever I selected, some default I selected, right? So like this, it will be show like bar graphs or charts, anything. So to have, suppose the manager want to see how many active cases for each individual, like this. See, if you see for practice one, we have 5 cases. Owner 3, admin 3, 2. So like this, they can see the some report can to see kind of some report purpose. They will be using dashboards. So for each dashboard, it will consist of a individual chart. In the chart, we will mention what kind of chart it is. Is it a bar graph or pie chart like that? Okay, area chart. Like this, we will be configuring the dashboards here. You just create some dashboard and add it to sitemap here. We'll see. Okay. So Tomorrow we will be continuing with the remaining business rules and commands. These two are also two important concepts. So if you done with one, we will be done with normal basic entity concept. So whenever you create entity, what we will get, everything will be completed. Okay. Any questions?